What is up, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a couple days. I actually meant to upload another video, but YouTube said it was too long, so it'll go up eventually. Not a whole lot going on, but it is what is today? It is Saturday, November 16th, 7:43 p.m. Um, and yeah, today all about comics. Um, because today I did not go to work today, but instead I went out and about, and like I went to one of my local game stores. They didn't have anything. I went to Half Price Books. I got a couple comics there. They had GTA San Andreas, which for the PS2, which I was like, ooh, that would be cool to get. But it didn't come with the map, which is something that I would like to have because my copy of Vice City has the manual and the map, so I would just kind of like to have that as well. They also had Resident Evil 4, which I was like, maybe. I didn't check to see if they had like a manual or anything, but I was like, maybe, maybe. Um, so yeah. But we're gonna be talking about comics. I actually have a big old stack right here of comic books that I'd like to kind of get into, because this is, I don't even know, maybe like 20, maybe 30 comics right here that I just haven't read, but I took the time when I got back and I read them and sleeved them up. So yeah, but we're gonna divide them real quick into sections. Basically the days that I got them, um, so that way we can kind of just section them off here. All right, so we're gonna go with the earliest here. Um, the earliest section here, which I think would be this. So I got Spawn 358. Pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Spawn. So I had to get this, obviously. Uh, it's all right so far. It's all right. Not the most interesting, but the art's really good. So I was like, why not get it, right? Um, then we have Batman 154. This is like a new storyline that's kind of happening. It's okay so far. I don't exactly like hate it. It's all right. Edward Nigma, the Riddler, he's kind of like a big tech guy in Gotham now, which is kind of neat. But they're like trying to solve a murder or something. It's okay so far. Nothing to write home about, right? And then we got X-Men issue 7, which is really cool. Um, I'm a big fan of the X-Men, so um, they're the three current series, like the main series that are kind of happening right now, which is obviously X-Men. Then we got Uncanny X-Men, and then Exceptional X-Men. Those three, I've been reading those. Exceptional X-Men so far is the best of the three, but yeah, this issue, pretty decent. So yeah, then we're gonna jump into the big stack right here. So we got Saga, chapter 57. I am a big fan of Saga. I'm not caught up yet, but I'm still picking them up for when I do get caught up, right? Saga is just so good. So it's like, oh, I just have to get it, right? Um, then we got Ultimate X-Men issue 8. This series has been, Ultimate X-Men has been a very slow burner so far. It's really just kind of establishing the world and the characters. It's still really good. It's just a little slow. Um, then we got the GOAT, Nightwing. This is issue 119. This is the first issue after Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo's series ended. Big fan of Nightwing. It was all right. I'm not sure how I feel about the art, just because I'm so used to seeing Nightwing in Bruno Redondo's art style. But solid first issue back. Can't wait to kind of see where it goes, because I love Nightwing. So we got X-Men 6. um, so we just showed 7, so we got 6 now. And I believe I might have picked up a new X-Men today. No. This issue was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed it as compared to 7. 7 was more Scott Summers, Magneto. This was more these Magic, and I can't remember her name. But this was a good issue. So we got Hack Slash, Body Bags. I think it's a new miniseries based on Hack Slash, obviously. It's written by Tim Seeley, which is one of my favorite writers. He did, I think he's doing Local Man, but he also did Grayson, which is another good comic series. So I saw this and I was like, might as well, right? Image, Skybound Image is doing this Universal Monsters thing right now, and right now they're doing a Frankenstein run, which is really good. This is issue 3. I think issue 4 comes out soon. But yeah, really good stuff. I don't know exactly where we're gonna head next. I know they've done Dracula and Creature of the Black Lagoon, so we'll see where they go with it. And then we got Incredible Hulk issue 18. I am not caught up with this series at all. I read the first 2 issues, couldn't find issue 3 anywhere, so I just kept picking up the issues after that. So I'm very behind. I'm like 16 issues behind. But yeah, I love the art. It's like such like an old monster movie type stuff. It's pretty sick. The first 2 issues that I read were pretty good as well. Then we have this series. This is an old 90s Image series that I haven't really spent a lot of time like looking into, but I saw it and I was like, oh, interesting, because I like old 90s Image art because a lot of it's heavy Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane type stuff. And it just looked really good. So we're gonna get into it. The first issue of it that I found, because it was in a dollar bargain bin at the comic shop, was issue 28 of Stormwatch. It says the new Stormwatch on it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. It reminds me of Local Man. So I grabbed it, and then they have issue 24 as well, which is really cool. But I think what really sealed it for me getting this was I just found issue 1 in the dollar bin, and I just read it actually. Solid start. Love the art again. So yeah, those are the pickups for that week. So let's just orient them, and then we have the pickups for this week. Let me organize them by how I found them. So we got 2, and then we got 3rd, like this. Okay. So first up, I went to Half Price Books first, and I found 2 more issues of Saga that I didn't have, which is issues 59 and 57 for $2 each. Pretty good. I love Saga, so any issues that I see that I don't have, I try to pick up, as long as they're not too expensive, right? So, and as long as they're first editions. I don't know why second editions, it just bothers me. So, but yeah, then when we went to the actual comic book store, I picked up a good handful of stuff. So we got Witchblade issue 5. I don't exactly know how I feel about Witchblade at the moment. It's all right. It really is. So yeah, I think it's a cool concept. But I haven't really, they haven't really done anything yet. So I'm just waiting to see. And this is something that I just kind of found. I forgot it was coming out, but issue 1 of Psylocke. Since the X-Men kind of did a mini reset, a couple characters are getting their own series. We got Phoenix. I think Dazzler has one, and Psylocke now. And I like Psylocke a lot. One of my go-to assists, like, or character selects in MBC2. So yeah, but Psylocke, this was pretty interesting, actually. It kind of reminded me of another Image series. I mean, this is Marvel, obviously, but it kind of reminded me of Scarlet, because it was like they were kind of like ninjas, right? And it was in the G.I. Joe universe. And Psylocke is obviously kind of like a ninja. So yeah. Speaking of G.I. Joe, we got GI Joe issue 1. I After I read Scarlet, which is set in the GI Joe universe, I was like, oh. And then at the end, they were like, oh, GI Joe issue 1 coming out. I was like, I gotta get this. So, yeah, it was a bit of a long one, but this is really good so far. I'm very intrigued. The whole Energon universe that Skybound Image is doing is really interesting, especially with Transformers. So, which speaking of Transformers, um, we got Transformers issue 14. Very excited about this. It's funny. I've only read the first issue of Transformers, um, but I've been collecting them because this is like a very hot series at the moment. It's very good. Um, so I'm like, yeah, I'll pick up issue 14. I think I'm only missing like three or four issues, which are the earlier ones, like issues 2, 3, and 6. I think something like that. Um, but yeah, I really need to start reading this series because it's been amazing, apparently. So, and then last comic book pickup is Saga issue 10. I got it for $10. It's crazy. Like trying to find some of the earlier issues is ridiculous. Like issue 1 first edition is like $150. It's ridiculous. But then after that, the price significantly drops. You know, it's like issue 2 is like maybe 20, maybe $50. I don't know, but it's just like it drops significantly after the first issue. But yeah, I'm just slowly collecting Saga issues as I see them, um, just because I love Saga. So picking up issue 10 first edition is awesome. So these are all my comics that I picked up for today. After this, I'm gonna probably, I think AEW Collision's on at 5 minutes actually, 7:55. So I'm gonna watch that, and then after that, I have to do a paper that I've been putting off, but I got to do it, and then I'll try to do some other homework too, and then turn that in. But I just thought because comic books is like a big thing for me, so I thought why not show them off, show off my haul. Maybe one of these days I'll like show off like some of my collection, right? Like some issues that I really enjoy, because I have a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.